Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
Look who decided to join us. Say hi, pretty baby. You gotta get down. Thank you. It's been a hot minute. It's been over a month since I uploaded on this channel, but we're back in business. If this is your first time seeing my face, hello, my name is Lani, and this is Lani's Lane, where I talk about film, TV, pop culture, and literally whatever else on my mind. And today, that is the new HBO Max series, I Love LA. I was actually very late to watching this show. I've been obsessed with Rachel Sennett since Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
I mean, I've never actually said this to anyone, but I have body dysmorphia. Oh my.
That's my girl down. I love her. I love Io. If you've been watching my main channel for a while, at my old apartment, I had like a little cutout of her head from when I went to see the premiere of Bottoms. And when I think of Rachel Sennett specifically, and also Molly Gordon, because I just watched Ojai yesterday, when I think of them, they remind me of Alana Ubach, Parker Posey, like that kind of like indie 90s darling that would be in just like the most random films. But because of social media and like TikTok, Rachel Sennett is like more of a house. I wouldn't say she's a household name, but she's more known because of social media, and I love that for her. But it kind of also takes away like the novelty of being like, oh my god, Rachel Sennett, like, you know, it felt like for a minute there, it felt like she was a well-kept secret, and now she's out there. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy she's getting work. I'm so happy she's getting to do her own project. And so despite all of that love for Rachel, I still went into this like really nervous for what it was going to be, because none of these zillennial comedies that I've seen, adults overcompensating, none of the zillennial comedies have really spoke to me. And that's for several reasons, one of which being that there are no Black women present in those shows. So, you know, they didn't have much going for them, but that really just took it over the edge. But yeah, because of Rachel Sennett, because of things we'll talk about, this was the only zillennial comedy I had any interest in watching, and I'm so glad that I did. I love this show. Let's just go ahead and get into my overall thoughts. So this is going to be spoiler free, just an overall review of the season. So right off the bat, the show is hilarious, show-stopping, brilliant. It has a very similar tone and energy to Hacks, which is another one of my favorite shows. It feels so annoying to say like it's perfect Gen Z humor, but this is Gen Z humor. Like, this is my sense of humor. This feels like my friends, the people around me. It's perfect. I think that they're like supposed to be 27, 28, so they're a little bit older, but still it just feels very relevant. The show is not perfect by any means, and there are some glaring issues, but I just like to watch funny people being funny, and this is exactly what this show is. This is what Hacks brings, and we need more of that. But the fact that there are 4 non-ambiguous monoracial Black women in this show, now the depth of these characters needs work, yes, obviously, but compared to the other zillennial shows that just do not include any Black women, it's a start. So now for my critiques of the show.
It's too short, babe. It's too short. My finger got numb because I kept hitting replay.
I regularly have been mourning the fact that with streaming, with the age of streaming, we will no longer be getting seasons of shows longer than 8 to 10 episodes. And I don't want to say it was before my time, but like, I guess millennials, everybody before that, like, you don't know how good you had it. You had 20 episode seasons, 20 episodes with your favorite characters, and we get 8 30-minute episodes. Like, it's just a sad fact of this world that I'm gonna have to accept and live with. But it is frustrating because that leads into my next critique. The show was so rushed, and it did help with the tone. Like, it did match the tone, the rhythm, the humor. I do appreciate that, but it was so short. The season finale felt like a mid-season episode. It just left a lot to be desired, but I know they had to work within the constraints of like the new age of streaming. Other than that, I don't really have much critique for the overall season. So now we're gonna get into spoilers as I talk about each character. Starting with Alyssa 180, aka Allison 1800, according to Tallulah. She really gagged me with that. Like, So Alyssa, I literally did not recognize that was Leighton Meester until I just randomly looked up the show and the cast and it said Leighton Meester. I said, when was Leighton Meester in this show? It's like the Zooey Deschanel thing where it's like bangs really do have like the Clark Kent Superman glasses effect. Like, it's really crazy. She looks like a different person. I don't know. I was never like into Gossip Girl, so I don't have that much of a connection to Leighton Meester, but she slays. I love her. I love her character. She's just like the insufferable millennial girl boss archetype, and she does it very well. When in the first episode, the first time we meet her, she blows Maya off for a maybe call from State Farm, right? And then when Maya and Dylan go over to her house for a couple's dinner where her husband goes and furiously chokes his chicken and then does not cook for them, and Dylan has to cook for them, and she's complaining about the quality of the cooking. She said, it's like you showed the cow a picture of a flame.
Smack that bitch.
It's so good though. It's so good. I don't have many other thoughts about her, but she is lame as fuck for lying on her employee. Like, even if you wanted a specific client to do well and get this opportunity, you don't have to lie. You could just tell Maya, hey, or this is how it's gonna go, instead of lying to her and sabotaging her opportunity and then being mad when she rightfully reasserts her position and then quits. That was the right decision. And we'll get to Maya in a minute, but that was, yeah. Let Allison 1-800 be. Next we have Mimi Rush.
No. I think you don't understand because you don't have a brain for film. I think you might have a brain for clothes and like being gay.
She wasn't really a main character, but it's like, I have to talk about Io Debris. I love Io Debris. She literally could do nothing and I would just be obsessed with her. I love her so much. And that mullet, the mullet was working for me. I really liked it. I was like, okay, Io, you could pull this off in everyday life. Like, this is really cute. And she's just so good here. Like, the British accent, her chemistry with the actor that plays Charlie is so perfect. Oh, she's so good. She's literally in like 3 scenes, but that one scene of her when she's on the crutches just waiting for Charlie after he got his hair transplant, like, this show is so funny. Like, just thinking about that image of her just standing there will haunt me. It's so funny. It's so goddamn funny. She hired Charlie again, so I hope she's gonna be in the next season. I just want more Io, and I want Io and Rachel to interact. I want Maya and Mimi to interact somehow. I want that reunion. Moving on to Landry, he was leading Charlie on like a mother. Like, the audacity to be like, oh my god, this happens all the time. Like, people just don't understand. They get confused because I'm just like really friendly and Christian. Like, those are synonyms or something. But yeah, that was a crazy way to go out. Let's pour one out for my boy Landry. That's a crazy way to go out. How do you get a Las Vegas residency from having one viral song on TikTok? Is that happening? I think I'm thinking about it too much, but that was just such a crazy plotline. Like, what are we talking about? Him and his friend group were actually so wholesome. Well, maybe not wholesome, but they were very earnest and supportive and like a great representation of what a friend group should be. And I'm really happy that Charlie got to experience it, even if it was very temporary. But like, yeah, random thought. You rule. Sweet. Moving on to Tess. Her first interaction with Tallulah had me smiling, kicking my feet. I was like, damn, like, what did Alani say? She fine shit. Good for you. She's fine shit. Yeah, that whole interaction was so cute until she decided to drop that ketamine line. That was a choice. And then try to play it off as like, it was banner, like we were flirting. Girl, what? You're trying to flirt about my ketamine addiction? Wild. But she did save it with the rice. The Hamilton scene, I would never voluntarily share that with someone that knows me. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I love the detail of Tallulah not knowing what Hamilton is, because of course she wouldn't. The cultural phenomenon that Hamilton is, of course you wouldn't know what that is. Of course you wouldn't. I do wish that we saw Tess in more of her element cooking. Like, we did meet her in the restaurant and she talked about it a little bit, but I'll talk about when we get to Tallulah. But I just wanted to see like more of their relationship, because they did some vandalism, went on a couples trip, and then we never saw them again. Like, what? Like, I needed a little bit more. But again, there's only so much time to give them in these 8 episodes. So next we have Alani.
Did his parents take you, or?
No, so Brian drove us. I mean, he was 28. He was a really good driver, but he was always so exhausted because of his newborn.
Alani is simultaneously such a light and such an op. Like, in episode 3 when Charlie's like, Alani, you're an op. That's what I was thinking from episode 1 when she just flew Tallulah in. Like, she is the peacemaker. I do love it. And I do love her. But it is really annoying. When she said, it's like my dad always says, we're not letting an indictment ruin another Christmas. I'm sorry, what? Alani is so sweet, and like, I love how uninhibited she is and she holds no grudges. But every time she speaks and reveals more about her upbringing and all the grooming that was going on, it's just so dark. And it's like, okay, I understand why you act like that. I understand. I want to understand more. I want to know more. And I hope we get more of a clear storyline through next season and a better love interest. Like, they showed that random guy, like, let's get her some fine shit. Let's do it for my girl. Because we see what she looks like. Let's match that next season. Thank you. I'd really appreciate that. There's a creator called Amanda Ryama. I think that's her username. I've watched her for years. I don't know why I don't know how to say it, but she made a video about this phenomenon of Black woman characters and how they're kind of unicorns in a sense, where it's like, we don't want to put them into stereotypes, and then we kind of put them into these characters that don't really exist in the real world, like with Alani being the daughter of a Oscar award-winning director, and how there's like maybe 2-3 of those in real life. And I completely agree with everything she said. You should definitely watch that video. I highly recommend it. However, I do love seeing carefree Black girl characters with no hangups and no worries, regardless regardless of how unrealistic they are. So Alani does not bother me whatsoever as a character, and I just love seeing a Black woman character that we haven't seen before, even if it's unrealistic. It's actually funny because the actress that plays Alani is the daughter, she's a Nepo baby, of Forrest Whitaker, who actually is a director. He's not like an Oscar award winning director, but he directed Waiting to Exhale, which in my heart won every award, so I'll take it. And moving on to Dylan, aka Coke Larry.
Are you Coke Larry?
Yes, sir, I am.
When did Josh Hutcherson start looking like that? Because I went to see the Five Nights at Freddy's sequel because my brother, but I went to go see that film. Absolute garbage. But why is Josh Hutcherson so T? Like, what's going on? Like, why do you look that good in a Five Nights at Freddy's sequel? No business. I really love Dylan, and he really was such a good boyfriend until he wasn't, and we'll get into it. But I just love how normie he was. Like, he was just like reading books and his fluent in Spanish. Like, he seems to live a very full life and a very fulfilling life and a very simple life. I don't know if it's a trope necessarily or like the plot device of like, oh, these characters are in a couple when the show starts, and so they're clearly not going to be a couple as the show goes on. And I do think it's interesting to show Maya's growth, especially when she's getting all this motion all of a sudden when she was very stagnant before, and that made them more compatible. But as she gets more successful and realizes like what she actually wants and how much she can do, it's just going to separate them more. So I do think it's good that they're breaking up. Like, he just had to fuck Claire. Like, I know he was upset. I know Maya was fucking up. I know she was being a shitty girlfriend, but it's like the one person that she was worried about. The one person that she was worried about is who you decide to hook up with. Like, there's no other randoms in LA. There's no other randoms in LA. Okay. Also, you're a coworker, you know, and as upset as I am by it, him and Claire just are more compatible. Like, the fact that he was just so anxious about like getting out of her hair, and she's like, you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go see a movie? And he's like, oh my God, you actually want to spend time with me? Sad. Very sad. Very sad. And I just think it's, you know, one of those things where they're going to grow out of each other. I think it was in episode 1 where Charlie told her about Tallulah, hey, you're not going to be best friends with the same people you were when you were 22.
Just because you're friends with someone at 22 does not mean you have to be friends with them for the rest of your life. You don't see me hang out with Avicii anymore, do you?
Yeah, Charlie, he died.
And the same thing goes for relationships. They're just growing apart. And he really went on a whole tirade. And I hate when people do this, like they speak for other people. And it's like, me and you, we work to live. Like, we don't live to work like them. And it's like, oh, do you know your girlfriend as well as you say you do? Because he really seemed like he knew so much about her. Like, he was always in her corner. And looking back, like Maya, when she was at his event at the bake sale, she left early to deal with her work. She didn't ask him any questions. She came and made the game night with all of his coworkers about her. Like, we'll get to Maya. We'll get to Maya in a second. But they definitely should break up. I don't know what that means for Josh Hutcherson because I do want him on my screen in season 2. I do want him on my screen in some capacity.
Love you, love you, love you, love you. I have no idea who that guy is.
Now for my favorite character, Charlie. I love Charlie so much. He is like mean, bitchy, gay archetype down to a T. But if we look at the friend group, if we look at the track record, he is clearly the best friend out of all of them. He's always there for them. He flew to New York, which, I mean, he probably wanted to be there anyway for the event, and he had to see his boo thing, but he flew there to get Tallulah this dress, and he's just always there for them. As messy as he is always there for them. That scene with him, I don't know his love interest name, but that scene with them when they go that part mid-coitus, like, that is insane. That is insane, and that will haunt my dreams. Like, oh my God, but that's how you know they're in love, when they can do some corny ass shit like that. But like, Charlie is just so quotable. Like, you were boho, I made you cunt, period. Mimi Rush fired me because I'm gay and Jewish. Like, who's doing it like him? I don't know. I feel that Charlie had the most character development and the most fleshed out storyline this season, and I loved it because Charlie is my favorite character. His chemistry, like I said, his chemistry with Io was top tier perfection. I need to find out what his name is. I don't know why, I haven't looked it up, but I really like this actor. Like, he's so funny. But overall, I did really just like his storyline and the fact that we see him become more vulnerable and honest with the people around him, and also try to, well, he does revert. Like, as soon as Landry dies, he does revert a little bit, but it did pay off in the end. He really came around. I can be basic. I have that capacity. I love Charlie so much. Okay, and now we have Tallulah. I have such conflicting feelings on Tallulah because she just does like the most frustrating things. She is so lovable, but I don't know if she's likable. Like, when her and Maya first reunited, and it's like, yeah, we're not supposed to like her, we're not supposed to trust her, but throughout the show she also just showed to be like not the most reliable person and just all over the place. And so I do feel like, although Tallulah is supposed to be like maybe secondary main character, we don't know much about her, like her motivations. We just see her acting on impulse when she's insecure, when she's feeling unstable. But I want to know more about her, what got her to this place, what her motivation is, and I think she needs to discover that as well, well, because now she's just feeling insecure about her place in the influencer bubble. But all of her moves, all of her motivations are seemingly coming from Maya, and so I want to know more about her and what she has going on. And even with her relationship with Tess, like we're seeing Tess is giving her advice, but what does Tallulah want? What does Tallulah want? What does she want to do? Who does she want to be? I don't think she knows, and so hopefully next season we can see her discover that a little bit more. I have in my notes, she really hits that vape like it's an inhaler. Like, girl, let's put the vape down. Let's put the vape down and let's do our morning pages. I say that, I haven't even opened up my Artist Way book. Like, let's calm down. But like, for real, let's put the vape down. I said it in Tessa's section, but I do want more from their relationship. Like, they just went on like this cool weekend getaway and they just came back all booed up, and like we didn't see any of that. Like, I would love to see it and just get more from Tallulah. Like, I really don't have anything else to say about her. Odessa is so fabulous, and I'm so happy to see her get more opportunities. She was in that Netflix show Grand Army that got canceled after one season. I didn't really care for that show. I know a lot of people loved it. I thought it was okay, but I'm just happy to see her get really cool opportunities. She seems like a pretty cool Nepo baby, and I like her. She was really good in Marty Supreme, and that movie like was okay, but it has a lot of eyes on it, so I would love to see her career take off. She just has that it factor. I love a curly hair, offbeat, irreverent queen like Miss Julia Roberts. That's the energy she gives me. And finally, we have Maya. So Maya is really frustrating and really annoying, but she gets shit done, and I love her. She is so driven. We don't know where it comes from. I would really love to know like where her drive comes from, her need to achieve comes from. But even with her being so driven and wanting these things, she does take a stand and she does act in her best interest, and she really knows what she wants. Unlike Tallulah, like they're such good foils to each other because she really knows what she wants. She wants to be successful. She wants to forge her own way. When that wasn't working with Alyssa 180, she just left. And when this new creepy ass guy, boss, whatever, when he came around, like she just didn't leap at the offer. And I really love that about Maya. She's really steadfast in her beliefs and really confident. And I loved seeing her come into her own as the season went on. And I did say I was proud of her for not taking that offer, but girl, it's just like, yeah, maybe don't sleep with your future boss who you know is married and then lie about the opportunity to your one and only client who your livelihood now depends on. Like, she's making a lot of bold choices that I probably wouldn't make, but they're setting up a really interesting conflict for next season, so I'm excited to see that. And yes, also, she didn't take the 400K offer that she got. Even Charlie was like maybe take it, actually. Even I would be like, oh, well, maybe. Well, I wouldn't, because again, HR, where is the HR department? Like, this is how we're starting the dynamic. Her boss was kind of right. Like, this is how we're starting off the dynamic. Like, it's just not gonna go. It's not going great. But yeah, those are all my thoughts on Maya. So I guess those are all my thoughts on the season. Again, I really love the show. I love the characters. I just want a little bit more depth from them, as much as they can give them in an 8-episode format. So I'll take what I can get. So let me know what you thought about the season. Who was your favorite character? Mine are definitely Charlie and Lani, but who are your favorite characters? What did you think about the season? If you made it this far into the video, leave this emoji down in the comments below. But with that, I will see you guys all in the next video. I will most likely be talking about season 2 of The Pit because I loved season 1 so much and I'm really excited. I also am thinking about doing a video on Euphoria, but depending on how much I want to talk about, it might be a main channel video, but we'll see. So with that, I will see you guys all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!